Hello to my aqua babies. Hello to my Aquarius. This is Queen Moon Ra coming to you with your general reading. Aquarius, sending you all lots of love and light on today. This reading is for the 17th of October through the 24th. We only have a couple more days left in this cycle, this hunter's moon, this cold moon, right? So we're starting out with your card here. We have, let me see, water here, something looks like it was exposed here. We're starting out with your energy here. I don't know if you all saw this on Instagram with the woman who hit the lottery. And her family couldn't find her for 2 years. And when they found her, I guess a family member found her. She was coming out of the house with a, coming down the steps, and she had on a white wig on. She had on a white wig. I thought that was funny. She went ghost, right? So they were determined to find her. I guess she hit the lottery. And so I don't know what the backstory of that was, but it's a lot of stuff that's going on social media. A lot of people are, you'll see on social media, a lot of the stories. I'm looking at this moon card here actually mirrors yours, and this is water as well. This connects us with Scorpio. A lot of the stories you'll find on social media actually mirror yours, because we're all connected, right? We're all stars. I'm not talking about famous, right? We're all stars, right? You were born a star, just by your birthday, right? The date, doesn't matter where you were born in the world, but just by your birthday, right? And you were born a star. Hope, that's what the star card means, hope. And so you shine in bright spaces. You rule 11th house, Aquarius. And I'm talking to you wherever Aquarius is in your birth chart. And so some energies are really trying to pull you down to a lower space and make you cry, like pull your star out of the sky, trying to cause you to lament over some things, Aquarius. And I feel like what you discovered in all of this, however long something has been going on, is your high priestess gifts. So you're having a tower moment, a total recall, or as far back as source wants you to remember. It's like you're kind of going back in your mind, kind of going back in your spirit, going back in your mind, and having a total recall. And I'm seeing part of it that you're going back in your mind is generational, right? And as to why people have Saturn returns, like move away, relocate, those kind of things. Like a lot of people are seeing on social media now, you see family members move away from the group, like the core group of family members. And it's not always. Some people move away because they go into the military and they say, oh, okay, I really like it wherever they move to. And they say, okay, people can come visit, those kind of things. Some people is under, extreme, really traumatic circumstances, whatever it is. But there are karmic couples, and I saw this in somebody else's reading, determined to pull you down to a lower frequency. And because they're determined to do it till death, literally to death do them part, right? And so for you need to be equally as determined to put them in your rear view mirror. Whoever these types of energies are, just determined. I brought up the story of like the lottery, the woman hitting the lottery. So it may not happen like in a physical form, like maybe you did. But for you, just your awareness is a lottery for you. Your high priestess gifts is actually an awareness for you. You hit the lottery. You are aware that there's some energies who really want to overwhelm you, and they have, to a point of distraction. You're a sign that is a thinker. You're incredibly smart. You share a lot of wisdom, a lot of knowledge that you have with the world. You're really not trying to showboat. You're okay playing the background, being very supportive of people. Some of you all work night jobs. Some of you all are introverts. And some people are determined to make you a star, but they're determined to make you uh, a star, their way of making you a star, by public humiliation. That's the way of them making you a star, is by publicly humiliating you. You're divinely protected, so it's already a return to sender. It's already returned to sender, so you don't have to worry about that, because they refuse to yield to source. They just refuse. So that's on them. That's all I have. That's all I have. That's on them. Many of you all, if you hit the lottery, whether it's through a big check in the mail, you probably, I know I would make sure people would just receive things anonymously, but I would make sure they received it. I would make sure that I know they got it in their hand anonymously. They wouldn't even know that it was from me, but they would get it. Because even them knowing that it was from me, there is no guarantee that they wouldn't tell somebody where they got it from, right? So they no, but they would get it. So, but there's some energies who are committed to publicly humiliating you, and for that, source is saying to you, once an energy shows you that you've cried in front of them, you've gone to them for help, and you've lamented in some way, shape, form, or fashion, and they show you no compassion, then source is saying you have to at least show yourself some compassion. Okay, so show yourself some compassion and go ahead and put the past behind you, because some energies are committed to hunting you like you are the hunted, right? Like you are the hunted, to do some kind of a destiny swap. They almost feel like they want to swap lives with you and toss you overboard. Did y'all see the movie? The Woman in Cabin 10? It's on Netflix. So this has really nothing to do with race, right? Because these are people who look like you, right? These are people who, whatever you look like, this is the World Wide Web, but these are people who look like you. So it's that same level of violence. Same level of violence is the people who look like you, whoever you are, the hunted, right? What we talked about before with the movie Django, this movie here, the same level of just rage. Somebody feels like, but if you saw the movie, and I'm not going to give it away, it's very, very clear. Something is very, very clear to you. There's somebody wants to do some kind of a swapping with you. That's not going to happen. You're divinely protected, because it's now open. It's out in the open. The secret is now out in the open, right? Of who the energies are, because of who you are, right? Because of your humility. This is this here, right? Because of your gifts here. Because they've already spread it out. So they've already told people who you are, right? And so you're not crying about it anymore. Put the tears behind you as far as these energies are concerned. You're a very compassionate person, but you're not exhausting yourself. So you put that behind you, right? You put that behind you. You're divinely protected. Like I said before, you're divinely protected. So these energies have already been exposed. Looking at your cards here as we're closing out this cycle, moving into this cycle actually closes on the 20th of October. And it closes in Libra/Scorpio. So you're purging. You are purging. So once you have poured out to energies, you're known for your friendliness. But once you pour out to energies, and I'm talking to men and women, Aquarius, once you pour out to energies and they show zero compassion, whether it was at a church, a mosque, a temple, whether you talked about your marriage, your kids, if you needed help, if you were homeless or on the verge of homelessness, or whether you were you know, whatever you poured out, shared. And there was no compassion shown because of whoever, man, woman, whoever you are. Somebody just didn't get it. They didn't somehow connect with you, whatever. Those are the energies you're avoiding. That's it. That's it. Anybody who could not connect with another human being for whatever reason, and no respecter of person, Aquarius, as far as you're concerned, hey, you're raising your frequency, sending them good energy, high vibrational, positive energy, but you're removing yourself, you're protecting your energy, removing yourself from the equation. Because there's a whole lot more people on the planet, right? So they've been exposed already. They exposed themselves, actually. They exposed themselves. So, looking at your cards. Looking at your cards here. The theme for your reading, because this spirit is guiding you towards deeper compassion. Not just for others, because that's what I'm seeing here, but for yourselves, Aquarius. Because I feel like, and I saw this in somebody else's reading, the level of compassion that you've been showing for others. I heard somebody say this about an artist, and I could see this. I could see this, even though this artist is really publicly shamed. But I could see that. I could see this artist doing this. A lot of celebrities are publicly shamed, but I could see them doing this. This spirit is guiding you towards deeper compassion, not just for others, but for yourself, right? So this is a time to trust your intuition, release resistance, and let love be your anchor in the cosmic flow, right? Somebody recently said about an artist, and another artist, A-list celebrity, said about another two A-list celebrities, that when one was just kind of starting out in show business, that the bigger artist out of the three noticed something with the one that was just starting out, and helped somebody else out, without announcing something. And I could kind of sort of see that. I could see it. A lot of times people don't realize that a lot of people are, they are where they are, they're thriving because of the things they do that other people don't see, right? I can't say that for everybody, because we're not each other's gods. We don't know. That would almost be like assuming that people are, it would be making an assumption about a group of people. They are where they are because of, and the reason why some people are not, because they must be, bad. It would almost make it seem like some people are good and some people are bad because of whatever they do in secret. But we're getting back to your reading. You have compassion for these energies. It's that they showed you none when you were crying. So sources say, and this is you more protecting yourself. So you're continuing to pray for these energies, but you've shown openness. The creator, showed you a total recall. It's like Source says, you can finally put the past behind you. So Source had to remind you of something. Whatever Source had to remind you of, Source had to remind you of something that may have caused you to lament. But I'm saying something ancestrally. But Source, so you can't worry about Source showing them something, whoever they are, these couples. You can't worry about what Source is showing them, right? And whether they yield to whoever they believe in or whatever they believe in, right? Only person you can be concerned with is you, right? Because you're not their higher power, right? But you're grateful that you hit the lottery with your gifts, you, right? And you are enlightened. This right here. This is going to give you peace, right? Your intuition. You're grateful for this gift here that the creator gave you, right? So you've gone through, see all these butterflies here? You've gone through many transformations, many lifetimes, many transformations. These energies don't know you. They don't know you. They don't know why you cry, right? And so they can't really speak to your tears. They really cannot speak to them. So here we have this. This is much brighter days for you, right? So that's where the theme is: emotional release, higher truth, compassionate awareness, spiritual realignment for you. And the focus is for you, Aquarius, is how you can harmonize intellect and heart to align with divine peace this week, right? This is going to be a real peaceful next 7 days for you all, right? Even though we'll be moving into the next phase within the next cycle, hopefully you all are still getting your rest, right? Even though you may be watching this video on Thursday, this is Friday until next Friday until 24th, right? So the new moon starts on 21st. So get your rest, right? Yeah, get your rest as you're continuing to purge, as you're putting the past behind you. 5, 6, and 7 of Cups connects us with Scorpio, right? During those dates, people may want to connect with you spiritually, in the physical and in the spiritual realm. In other words, they want to link up spiritually and physically, right? You're going to have to be real clear as to a yes or no. Cannot be maybe, I'm not sure, let me think about it. It's going to be a yes or no. It's a very sensitive time. It's a very sensitive time. You can have compassion for energies, but sources say you're not trying to be around energies that's going to bring you down to a lower frequency. Trauma bonding, all of that other stuff. It's just too many things that's going on, and you're receiving a lot of downloads, having total recalls. It's a very vulnerable time for you and other people, right? So your reading is asking you to, Spirit is asking you to step back into your heart, to merge your wisdom with tenderness, and to find clarity through compassion. And so let's see what surrounds you this week, right? Your card actually appears first, Aquarius. Divine confirmation that healing and higher purpose are guiding you. You're being renewed from the inside out. You were born a star because of your birthday. You were born a star, right? The challenge is this, right? Feelings of isolation and scarcity may surface. And so Spirit reminds you that you are never truly alone. Abundance flows when you open your heart to receive, right? And so you are abundant because you have the memories from the past, but you're now choosing what you're leaving behind. There's certain energies that you are leaving behind because it has been overwhelming. Some energies almost want to pull, they're intentionally trying to pull you down to a lower space. Some things you've already gone to counseling and healed. You've already healed those spaces. You're not sitting around trauma bonding with people. 6 of Cups would be like, you don't look like what you've been through. 7 of Cups is you're not sitting around, where people are sitting calling other people snakes. You don't feel nurtured in those environments where people are calling other people snakes. You've already had an awakening. You're not nurtured in those. That's the other side of 7 of Cups. The devil is in the details. You're sitting around everybody calling other people devils. Why you're not nurtured in those environments anymore? You're not and to those anymore. No. You are trying to, matter of fact, you've already moved on from those. 8 of Cups it's the end of that. That's the end of that. You've already walked away from those types of energies. You've already walked away. You already had your last cry in those spaces. Next set of tears for you are happy tears. Those are the tears you want, the happy tears. The things that you prayed for, those are the tears you want, right? So you're very sensitive energy, and so you don't need to be around people who are insensitive to your pain. You've already cried over some things. You've already carried that pain. This is where you show compassion for yourself. Close out the cycle. You've already been hunted. People already know your story because other people are taking bits and pieces back. They're taking it back, right? What happened is all this stuff that you're seeing on social media, people so busy trying to hunt for your energy, looking at you as a star, thinking that you're being secretive and closed off, wanting to find out what's going on behind your closed doors. They looking at stuff on social media because we're all in human form, looking at their own lives. They looking at their own lives online. People with different last names, because they're in human form. They're looking at themselves. A mirror is looking right back at them, and it's causing them to cry. They're looking right back at themselves. They're like, dang, I need to go to therapy. I know that person is a star, but they're equating star with fame and celebrity. You were born a star. They're looking at all these celebrity stories from the people that they were raised around, and they go, God, same thing happened in my family. Oh man, I didn't know their family was going through all of that. That's your family. The same thing happening in your family. They looking at skin color, last name, how much money somebody have, people living in different geographical locations. It's their family. Same thing. Same, right? The same thing with that movie that I recommended. There's a certain part in the movie where Keira Knightley's character, they would try to gaslight her and make it seem like she saw a blood-stained fingerprint on the side of the boat. And she was like, oh my God, I saw this woman. And, they call Coast Guard and all this. I'm not going to get a whole movie away for those of you who haven't seen it. I saw, we call it Coast Guard and such and such. And these people been trying to make her seem like she was losing her mind, like she was cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs in the movie. And y'all have to watch the movie to see it. It's a really, really good movie. But I'm going to just leave it there. So many people trying to switch lives. Trying to gaslight people, making people think stuff, this, and also trying to destiny swap. All this destiny swap, looking at somebody else's life, seeing tears, telling people the tears are fake because you don't look like what you've been through when you walk out the house. Because when you have an awakening, however long the awakening takes, whether it's sudden Kundalini experience or whether it's a spiritual awakening, however long it takes, you're the snake because you don't feel nurtured in a particular environment. You could have just learned about how to nurture yourself, whoever you are, watching these readings or somebody else's reading. You could have just found out this year. Who knows, right? Or who are we to judge? But some people are still judging. That's this right here. They still secretly judging. We don't believe them. They're sitting there, like they sucking on a lemon, right? We don't believe. They don't have to. Sources saying that's why you putting the past behind you. But you be darned if you're gonna be sitting around a group of energies that want to sit there and trauma bond. You left all of that behind. I'm telling y'all, some of y'all have already gone to therapy. You're not going backwards, especially if you had the bomb therapist. What? You're not even, you already moved on. You're grateful for this right here, your gifts. You're in a very, very vulnerable space. Like I said, you're not going back. So you're learning how to see something from a higher frequency. Yeah. This is past influence. This is past influences tower, right? So a recent revelation or emotional shakeup has shifted your path, and Spirit assures you this was divine intervention to remove what limited your growth. Yeah, to remove it. Just remove it. That's why the sun is shining. Conscious influence is the sun. You're consciously seeking clarity, joy, renewal. Spirit celebrates your willingness to embrace light after shadow. You're reclaiming optimism. Look at you. You're reclaiming optimism. This is you. The sun is shining on you. You don't want to be around people who constantly want you in tears, sadness, knuckles dragging the ground. You don't want to be around those energies. You already been through that too long, too many times, too long. You already been around that. You're trying to spread sunshine, right? So the near future is the Temperance card here. Is healing energy flows in. Spirit is harmonizing your thoughts and emotions, balancing your human experience with divine grace. Right? And so this is your perception here as a Queen of Swords. You see yourself as clear-minded and truthful, but Spirit reminds you that compassion strengthens your wisdom. Logic and love must work together. That's right. Logic and love must work together. Right? So see how this person had the emotions right here? Behind lock and key. Right? So you can see a person crying, still get them some help, right? Still help them without exploiting them and trying to publicly humiliate somebody, right? And that's what's happened to you. You've experienced all of that. Public humiliation, all of it. Went to people crying over your marriages, whoever you are. You've gone to people crying because you needed help with your kids, no help. Laughed. Publicly humiliated because of your looks. Publicly humiliated. I'm talking to men and women. All kinds of stuff. Some of you all were dying, and I'm serious because this connects us with death right here. Everything you could think of, this right here, this is why you can put the past behind you. This right here connects us with death. 5, 6, and 7 of cups. Why would you want to link back up with people who are going to remind you what you were going through in the past? Because they want to sit there and trauma bond. When there's professionals out there that they can help them, just like professionals can help you, that helped you. That's who you're giving the number to. You're like, well, okay, this is who I want to go see. You can go see them. They may want to be able to help you. So, looking at your cards here, because that's where the logic is going to come in. It's like, no, you're a humanitarian. You want to see them help. You don't want to see them help. You want to see them get to their star. You want to see them shine. You really genuinely want to see them shine. Because other than that, y'all just sitting around and just circulating, it's not a circulation of wealth. It's a circulation of the opposite of that. It's just like I said, and you're purging, right? You're purging. It becomes a very unhealthy situation. You become a karmic couple. You're a circulation of karma, right? And you're not doing that. You don't want to be in any karmic friend, any karmic relationships. You've broken that chain. You're putting the past behind. All this is sitting and just sharing this karmic stories. Becoming bitter and bitter and more bitter towards humanity. That's not even an Aquarius, so you're not doing that. You don't care if it's your mother, your father, your sister, your brother, your own kids, adult kids. You're like, nope, we breaking this chain. You're breaking that chain because you see it from a higher frequency. You're seeing it from a higher frequency. You're an Aquarius. So this is here. So environmental influences, the moon, uncertainty surrounds you, but Spirit says this is a sacred mystery unfolding. Trust your inner compass. Not all truth is revealed at once. That's why some things are overwhelming, as people are saying on social media right now. And people are so busy trying to hunt you to overwhelm you and make you cry to find out information about you. They ended up finding information about themselves and their own bloodline. Right? They ended up crying. So, hopes and fears. You desire deeper connection, yet fear vulnerability. Spirit encourages openness. Soul level love requires both courage and surrender. So, protect your energy, okay? And people still want to kind of sort of be in your energy. They still want to be in your face. They still want to talk to you. Oh, I didn't know. Can we talk now? So on and so forth. I don't see you being angry, but your ancestors are still protecting you, right? You're not trying to argue with people. None of those things. You're not trying to be backed into a corner. None of those things. You're just in a very vulnerable space. And if people can't respect that, you have to enforce boundaries. You really have to learn how to enforce boundaries. You don't have to say a word. Enforce boundaries. Just enforce boundaries, right? In love. So here's completion, integration, and peace. By week's end, Spirit says you'll feel aligned as if a karmic lesson has come full circle. Has come full circle. I just don't get why some people don't assume humans don't go through some of the same things. They're just looking at what phase of life you could be in right now. Some people were committed to making you cry. I mean, what? Because they don't want to go get some help. Committed. So looking at your cards here, whoever you are, looking at your cards here. You're breaking some kind of, like I said, generational cycle chain and curse. Kudos and congratulations to you. Enforce boundaries. Enforce boundaries. If you're going to study moon phases, you're not practicing dark moon magic. I don't even encourage that on my channel, right? So, but learn how to enforce boundaries. Learn how to enforce boundaries. You don't have to humiliate other people because they were trying to humiliate you. Just enforce boundaries. Just enforce boundaries. You don't have to talk about stuff you don't want to talk about. No. Don't give yourself a headache over it, okay? Things are getting much brighter for you because you see things from a higher frequency. Some people make a lot of money off of this, making people cry. So, yeah. So here we have, you're just a very compassionate person. So here we have, somebody never stopped loving you. So you have the gift of clear cognizance. This is psychic knowledge about other people. This is this psychic gift right here. You have psychic knowledge about other people. So it's like you have eyes in the back of your head, right? Around your head, up on top of your head, bottom of your feet, in all areas, third eye wide open, all your eyes open. Here we have healed people move differently. Yeah, healed people just move differently. So you have the gift of clairsentience. You pick up on others' vibrations, emotions, moods, and feelings. You have a lot of gifts. You have a lot of gifts. Like I said, High Priestess. He apologizes for betraying you. Okay. Check your request list again. Your enemy's playing backfire. Whatever that means. Your ancestors have a message. You made a positive impact on them. She apologizes for betraying you. See this? You cannot pour from an empty cup. All right, y'all. You have the gift of deja vu. Y'all remember the movie Deja Vu with Denzel Washington? Remembering the future. So you already know. See, people blindsiding you. You already know how the future ends. That's why you're not going backwards. You're not going backwards. Right? You're not the circle of hell. You're not going back to the circle of hell. For real. You're not going back to trauma bonding. What does that do? Like, right? Like, what does that do? You're not doing that. That's what the professionals out here for. Even if that is their profession. That is not, if you've already sought them just in casual conversation and they showed no compassion, even in casual conversation, even if that is what they majored in school, have degrees and certificates in, if you sought them just in casual conversation and they showed you no compassion, why would you go back to that? Rhetorical question, of course. Why? You're not, okay? I'm telling y'all, there's some people out here they are so passionate about what they do. They are so passionate about healing people. They love what they do. You step into their office, they're excited, they want to heal, they don't care if you watch tarot, you go in there with the end goal. Okay, this is the end goal. I ain't trying to sit down here for no 3, 4, 5, 10 years talking about the same old thing over and over and over again. Y'all remember the song, I think she wrote, Mariah Carey, I Don't Want to Cry, whatever, which is an amazing song. You go in there, about a couple of sessions, you being open, honest, transparent and stuff. You're not crying no more. You laughing, you feeling good. You coming out there with some tools to heal. I mean, you just feeling better. Why would you go back to why? Why would you do that? Why would you do that to yourself? You're not doing that. Why would you want to even be around people that's like that? You're not. I'm telling you, when I tell y'all, things about to turn around for y'all in a way that you never even imagined. Your next love interest will make you happier. You're not even trying to be triggered by being around people like that. Here we have heart chakra cleanse. So you have nothing but compassion. You understand, you get it. You get it. Anything with the word bitter in it, it's going to be a no. You are who they prayed for, child. Child. You deserve what? The best. You're a star. You was born a star. Somebody's ex, I don't know whose ex this was. Child, somebody was on assignment, but ask source for clarity. Ask source for clarity. One yes from God was all you needed. Higher power. You're not looking back. I'm trying to tell you, ain't no trauma bonding. I'm telling. All it takes is, I'm telling y'all, all it takes, whatever it is you're going through, is somebody who answered the call on their life. And I'm serious. If it's an attorney that you need, all it takes is an attorney who answered the call on their life that was assigned to you. A therapist, a psychiatrist, psychologist, whoever it is that answered the call on their life. That's all it takes. You will never look back. Twin flame, soulmate, soul community, whoever answered the call on their life. That's it. There it is. Some people are committed to the answering the call on their life. Be committed to being a humanitarian. Because you are not going back to no circle of hell. You not. You just not. There it is. You lightening your load. You're not carrying the world on your shoulders. So y'all in a good place. Whoever you are, you're in a good place. The sun is shining on you because you see things from a higher frequency. You made a positive impact on some people. And just by, like I said, it's not about you being the best, the better than somebody else, trying to compete or compare. None of that stuff. None of it. None of it. You were just committed, whoever you are, to breaking some kind of generational cycle, chain, and curse. Whatever that is. You're not trying to humiliate people. None of that stuff. So going back to being a star. So it's easy for me to receive. It's easy for me to receive. It's easy for me to receive. All right. Let me see what else we got going on here. Did we pull out a intention card? I think so. Somebody is moving into a new dream home, I guess. Well, look, I guess. So congratulations to you, whoever you are. Keep wishing people the best. Keep wishing people the best, but you're not returning back to anybody that tried to break you. It was intentional that people tried to break you, so no. That's too triggering for, you could be the strongest person in the world, but just the fact that somebody would even go that low to even do that to you. The people, New and exciting love awaits. Look at you. Looky, looky, looky. Look at you. Okay. Look at y'all out here doing a dang thing. Aquarius. I love it. That is what I have for you all. That is what I have for you all. But like I said before, even what you're seeing with like famous people online and stuff, and them sharing their stories publicly and how they're being, people have their comments and all of that other stuff that people are saying, whether they believe them, don't believe them, and look at their, oh my God, that stuff is happening. Those people's families, it's happening in your family. That stuff is happening. Just shake the tree. It's happening in your family, right? But people out here are trying to break generational cycles, chains, and curses, and still being hunted down, still being violently hunted, no matter what the culture, the race, the ethnicity, the background. People are still, so no, you're not going back to energies, to even being around those types of energies. So kudos and congratulations to you. Just go ahead, you just lighten your load. There it is. Congratulations to you. Stars, the stars that you all are, Aquarius. So wishing everybody an amazing day. Again, you have new and exciting love awaiting, and this could be a puppy, it could be a kitten, it could be a person, place, or thing. I'll just put it that way. But congratulations to you, because you see things from a higher frequency, and so your new circle of friends, people, places, and things are out here for you. Okay. All right. Bye.